Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Matt, EliteThrowsCoaching.com. It's Sunday. The gym is closed, but I just got done with one of my Sunday throwing sessions. We throw every single Sunday here in Rhode Island. I've got a great group of local throwers from all around the area, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island, that come and throw with me every single week. We just got done. We'll show you. We actually had one of our punching bags that holds down the indoor throwing net and tarp system that I have here exploded. Too many shots landing on it, and it threw up all over the place. So I still have to clean that up. You'll see that in the video. But real quick, I wanted to talk to you about sort of a fun video. You know, on Sundays when I'm working with a lot of the high school athletes, you know, we talk about a lot of things. You know, how was your week? How was practice? And a lot of times the athletes will have kind of funny stories for me or things that just kind of irritate them a little bit about their coaches. And we started talking about it today, like, oh, what about when coaches do this? What about when coaches do that? And I don't want this to be a mean video, but I just thought it was so funny that athletes nowadays are so educated because of things like YouTube and social media, Instagram, Facebook. You know, there's video analysis, there's slow motion cameras, slow motion video, and the availability for you to learn is so much different than it was, you know, 25 plus years ago when I was in high school. You basically had to learn from your coach, or you maybe had some VHS tapes. And now these kids know so much about throwing that it's funny to hear them talk about certain things that, you know, maybe 10, 12 years ago would have made me a little bit upset and going, you know, why does a coach do that? But now it's kind of funny. So I wanted to go through, there's actually 4 of them, and I thought they were so hysterical because it's things that I have been working with for years, and now my high school athletes that have only been doing this for 2 or 3 years, now they're starting to realize things that coaches do, and it makes them laugh. So I wanted to share that with you today. All right, the first one I'm gonna tell you is a huge pet peeve of mine. Let me show you. This, right here. What is this? How much does this weigh? This is a girls' high school shot. This is a 4-kilo shot put. 4-kilo shot put. This is not an 8-pounder. So coaches out there, stop calling this the 8-pounder. It used to drive me insane when I worked at MF Athletic because coaches would call in and they would ask for an 8-pounder. I need an 8-pound shot. And I would go, who is this for? Oh, it's for my high school girls. Okay, so do you need an 8-pounder or do you need a 4-kilo? And they go, isn't that the same thing? And I go, no. The 4-kilo is what girls throw in high school, what women throw in college, post-collegiate, Olympic, 4-kilo. It's actually 8.8 pounds, so it's almost 9 pounds. But for some reason, we keep calling it an 8-pounder, and it drives me absolutely nuts. Or how about this one? How many times have you heard a coach call the glide a slide? I hate that. Stop calling, it's 2022, okay? The glide technique has been around for like, I don't know, 60, 70 years at this point. Glide, G-L-I-D-E, glide, not a slide. Slide makes people think that you have to like slide and drag your foot across the circle. Stop calling it a slide. It is the glide. You guys notice how the punching bags that are underneath this thing threw up all over? And look at that. They exploded all over the place today from a shot hitting it over and over again. So now I've got to clean all this, all these rags and stuffing up. But the third one is when coaches tell their athletes that in a glide, either the blocking foot hits first or that both feet have to hit at the same time. 100% not true. I just had somebody leave a comment on one of my YouTube videos about this because he said that his coach teaches that when they glide, both feet have to land at the same time. That cannot be farther from the truth. Go watch, I mean, you can go to YouTube right now. Literally, open up another window, go to YouTube, and search top 10 gliders of all time. or top 10 slow motion glide, something along those lines. And you're going to see videos pop up that people have compiled of the best gliders of all time. You will not see anyone, not any one of those gliders, land with both feet at the same time. The power foot lands first, followed almost immediately by the blocking foot. The power foot for a right-handed thrower, your right foot, left-handed thrower, left foot. The power foot touches down first, then the blocking foot, and then they throw. Look at anybody. Look at Michelle Carter. Look at Thomas Majewski. Look at David Storrell. Look at, anybody from either today or from, the 70s, 80s, 90s. Look at any throwers, any really good glider, even like top 25 in the world at whatever year it was of gliders. They're not going to land with both feet at the same time, and they're definitely not landing with their blocking foot first. I don't even know how to do it. That's not what we do, guys. Power foot first, blocking foot second, open up and throw. Stop teaching your kids that they land at the same time. That's not how it works. Finally, one that is near and dear to my heart, and I haven't heard of it in a long time, but I'm starting to hear about it more and more. Throwers are not power lifters, okay? Throwers should squat, throwers should bench press, throwers should deadlift, but we're not power lifters. Our sport is not lifting weights. Our sport is throwing things really far. So in order to throw things really far, yes, you have to be strong, but this is not a powerlifting meet, okay? The goal is not to be at your maximum strength for the very end of the season. We don't peak for strength like we are a powerlifter getting ready for a powerlifting meet, okay? I have athletes in the past that have told me, these are collegiate athletes that tell me that they max out the week of their championship meet. Like if their championship meet is on a Saturday, they hit their max squat on Monday and their max bench press on Tuesday. And I scratch my head and I go, why? Why does your coach have you do that? And they say, well, our coach wants us to like hit our maxes and be as strong as possible for the big meet. And that's not how this works. So if you are out there and you are peaking your athletes to be as strong as possible for the end of the season, like if it's their championship meet and you have them maxing out in the weight room the week of the championship meet, that's not how it works. Consult with somebody, read a book, go online, watch some videos, read some online articles, research, because that's not what we peak for. If anything, we peak to be as fast, as explosive, as powerful as possible, but you should not be doing your heaviest lifts of the season the week leading up to your championship meets. All right, everyone, I hope that helps. Just a quick little video here on a Sunday. Wanted to make sure we got this out to you before, when it was still fresh in my mind, before I kind of forgot about what we were talking about. But it's funny. You've got throwers on the weekends. You've got kids who are just learning how to do this. Maybe they've been doing it for a year or two, and they're already starting to notice things like calling it an 8-pounder, or calling it the slide, or saying that the blocking foot has to hit first, or questioning why we're maxing out the week of a championship meet. Those are the things, guys, maybe, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, maybe that was the idea, but it's 2022. Things have changed. There's so much more information out there. There are so many more resources for coaches out there. You need to learn about this stuff. You need to continue your education. Maybe that's like our secret number 5, is to continue your education. Don't rest on your laurels and do the stuff that you've been doing for 20 or 30 years or whatever it's been that you've been coaching. Learn about new techniques, learn about new training methods, learn about new drills, new exercises, and bring those to your kids, All right, so maybe that'll be number 5. Maybe this is actually going to be a top 5, and that's number 5, is to make sure that you are continuing your education as a coach. Because your athletes definitely are continuing their education with or without you. They're going online, they're watching videos, they're on social media, they're following pages that do throwing breakdowns and coaching breakdowns and slow motion video analysis. They're learning, and if they're able to do it, you should be able to do it.